Alright, I'm starting the recording now. Good morning to everybody, and we starting with our part with our cross stitch. It's our second class in cross stitch. Last month we had our mastermind group. So first things first, in Manager we go to the cross stitch icon and click on cross stitch, and then open our cross stitch program. For tonight's classes I would like to work with smaller crosses. In other words, a 1mm cross. So I'm going to change my crosses to 1mm and say OK. And then just open the screen in full. And I was lucky enough to get hold of some Dutch, traditional Dutch styles designs. So I would like to call one of those in and start with image import. And let me just go and find those under computer, my computer on C drive, and then go to traditional Dutch. There we go, traditional Dutch designs, and take it from there. So we're going to go to low resolution, and I'm going to go and ask it to show my icons. Right, you'll see that I've got the file name, and then behind the file name I went and put in class, because if I call the design up as it was, the way I got it, it's of such a high resolution it's giving me a problem when I pull it into the Embed program. So I just went and called it up in Zara and resaved that. So there's our design. Call the design up, just a little bit, scroll a little bit back, and let me just see if you can see the screen. Okay, we are in the program. The program is showing. Okay, you should be able to see the screen now. Judy, can you see the screen?
I can.
Okay, great stuff. That's 100%. Right, we've only got blue and grey. You might have two shades of blue there, and grey and white. I'm going to try and put my lazy shoes on and see if we can cross stitch it with auto digitizing, in other words by using this design. So go to image auto digitize, and I'm working with 1mm stitches, so there's 10 per centimeter. Keeping the aspect ratio together, say OK. And my design size is too big. 379 is too big, because I think biggest that we should go is about 14. So let's go to 138. Then we know it will fit in most of the hoop sizes. 138 square. That's fine. Number of colors, I would like to reduce the number of colors to 2 colors, blue and gray. So let's go down to 2 colors. Okay. And then go to transparent. Yes, I would like to have a white transparency there. So the white should be a transparent color. And blur the noise for us. That is fine. And let's just go and look and see what it looks like. Right, design, select all. Edit, select all. And then just go and center the design. Okay. Now I can see what the design looks like, and I can see my image there. I'm going to scroll in and zoom in a bit. I think I might have had it too much. There's the zoom button. There we go. Right, our design is there. And I'm just going to open all the mics now so that we can have a quick chat about it, and then take it from there again. Sorry for the Right. Any questions up to now? So I've selected 2 colors only, and I'm trying to put them down into a petty point scenario instead of a normal stitch scenario. Caroline, are you happy with what you can see there?
So Phil, this,
Go ahead.
yes, it's beautiful. I just have a quick question. The reason you didn't put the white in there is because that's going to be your white background, right?
Yeah, that will be your that. Now I'm trying to get a hold of the fabric name.
Ada cloth.
Yeah, that's it. The 14 or the 11 or whatever the fabric is, the one that you normally do your hand embroidery on.
Good. Okay.
So that'll be the one that's at the back there. So that's why I said I
Yes.
don't want to use the white, and I don't want the white in that case. But there's quite a few things that I need to fix here. You can now see that if you look at the design closely, that there is some mistakes. Let me just go and highlight them. There's some mistakes there. At the top are some mistakes. There's a blue button that's not supposed to be there. And when we're finished, we would like to go and add outlines around the design, so that we can at least have a single running outline also going around the design. Okay. Diana, any questions from your side?
No, not at the moment, thanks, Phil.
Okay, great. Okay, anybody else? This fine so far, 100%. Right, let's go. So the first thing I need to do now, I need to take my eraser to go and fix these unwanted little items there. So to the left-hand side, I'm going to go and pick up my eraser, and then just go and take it from there. Is the sound better tonight?
Much better.
Great stuff. Great stuff. That's fantastic. At least that tells me that I am on the right track with something. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then we need to take those out. And if there's places where I actually need to change color, I can just go and put the new color in, like that little blue one at the top. I will actually just use the pen and change the color of the thread there, and just go and change that stitch. In other words, recreating the stitch in the gray. That stitch there could stay there. That stitch could stay there. That is fine. Let's just go up a little bit. Right, at the top here. Okay, I'm going to take my image away as well. So we go to image, and we just go and say image dim. In other words, it's like hiding the image, although we're not taking the image out. The image is out of the way there. That's the option there.
Phil, where is that? Where did you click on that?
Right at
Is
the
that
top,
on
next
oh,
to
right, okay, yeah.
next to file image, and then you go and say image dim, and then image dim will actually take the image out of the way.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So right, and I need to put a little outline around my design. So for that, I'm going to go over to my pen, which is the one next to my eraser on the left-hand side, on the icon bar just below to the one-on-one zoom. I'm going to pick that up. I'm just going to add, okay, so there's a little mistake. What was my mistake that I've just made? And the mistake that I've made was I
You
didn't
had the wrong
my,
colour on the...
I did not select my color, hey? So I need to go and select my color. And let's go back and just go through, holding my mouse in, and I'm actually just running around on the edge there. So I can get all those colors in there. There's another two stitches that need to go in there. And at the top, so I just want to go, and somebody in the groups, I think Diana, wasn't it you that had a question about petty point?
No, I didn't. My question from the original lesson was how to get the image out of the corner into the body of the the workspace.
Oh,
I still haven't figured out how you do that.
once you've done your stitches, how do you get the stitch section out from the corner to the middle?
when we opened up the screen, the workspace, the well, image is stuck right up in the corner, and I couldn't figure out how to get it out of the corner.
That's a comment that we've already sent through to Dusan and them. Is for some reason when you call up your image, it basically calls up and center, and as soon as you do something to it, it basically moves it to the top right hand corner. It is as if it's holding the complete work area. In other words, the complete 400 by 400 crosses, millimeters for your cross stitch, as your complete work area, and then it basically centers that into that corner there. The answer why I can't tell you yet, but we've sent that information through to Dusan and asked them they must please look at that.
So,
Okay. Oh my. Fortunately, there's an eraser. And I see I've made a small boo-boo here, so I need to go. Oh no, come on. You see, this is where your pins come in nicely, because at least you can go on the screen and you don't have to go with the mouse on the floor. I mean on the mouse pad. But I need to take that out. I need to fix those there and get those out of the way. I'm going to load.
Seems to me that there's.
Sorry?
I was just going to say, it seems to me that's a heck of a lot of tidying up to do. Those edges are very raggedy.
Very, very, yeah. And the problem with them is you need to look and see where does it fit the best. But it's a lot quicker still than if you go and do it by hand. You know, if you go and do the hand.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just go and pick up the color quickly. Let's pick up the color there. Where's my dropper? I'm just trying to pick up the color. There we go. I can just go and fix that quickly. It's still quicker than to go and sit down and physically do each design and each segment by hand. I want to show you the trick with the outline. Okay, picking up the dropper and then just picking up the color there and go back to the pen and just go and add those two designs, two little icons there. And I need to fix up these crosses that's missing in the line section. Betty's Cats is quite nice. Did any one of you see Betty's Cats on the Yahoo group yet?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. When did they go up?
Yes.
I saw them a while back. Betty, are you online?
They're in the photos. They're in the photos.
Oh, they're the photos.
Go and have a look.
Yeah, we need to have a look at those. They're quite, and I like cats, so that's one of the ones that we've got there. Right, so I've got that set up there, and I need to go and do the lines. I've got 3 of these Dutch designs that I will upload into the Yahoo group for the group. I would like to get some information back. And Betty, thank you. I've seen that information that you sent me back on the, what was it, the lace heart?
The lace art, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I haven't seen any other lace art yet. So,
Not yet.
so we still need to. We're waiting for those.
Phil, is this background image symmetrical?
I'm not sure. It doesn't look
Good
like it, but
point.
we need to fix
No,
it.
it doesn't
like
look like it, does it?
I can see that the line.
Probably,
Sorry.
probably symmetrical on the vertical line.
Yes, sort of, yeah. But the corners don't look at all similar, do they?
Not really, no. If I look at this now, I can see at the bottom there's a line that's that's running outside that area there. Because there's some...
But it's symmetrical enough to do that, maybe.
yeah, and I think if you put your time, and it's not everybody that really likes cross stitch, and I'm working with the small crosses now, but I find that if I go for the 14 by 14 hoop size, you don't really have that much crosses in a design to actually go for the bigger cross. So I sometimes tend to work with a petty point, and especially when you go and do the faces and animals, but you need to go for at least 40 colors, and that's where the problem comes
How
in.
many?
40.
Okay.
Ouch, I heard that ouch there. Yeah. And I'm sure that ouch wasn't for you, that you bumped something now. It was just thinking of changing all the colors.
Right.
We did a face for a friend of mine here in the mining area in the Free State of her grandson, 42 colors, but we did it for the SWF machine, the big hoop, the linen hoop. What is it? Danny, what's that big hoop size? 420 by about 360.
Yes, it's huge. The jacket hoop.
Yeah, the big one. And I asked her how long did it take her to embroider, and she said to me, "It looks lovely, thank you." I said, that wasn't the question. The question was, how long did it take you to embroider it? She said, "You know what, when are you coming for tea again?" I said, "All right, I get the message. Don't want to talk about it." But it came out beautiful. She was
Phil,
quite...
sometimes...
Yeah.
Sometime during this session, if everybody else agrees, I'd love to, to learn how to... I would like to make bigger pictures. And I'd love to learn how to digitize for that and then join them together, split and join them together, cross-stitch particularly. It's the same old theme I have on this splitting thing. I like pictures rather than cutesy things.
Okay, well, Diana, you're in luck because I'm planning a major landscape quilt for us in blocks.
Oh, fantastic.
Where we will sit and do all the different blocks, and when we finish with the blocks and we put them together, we have I would say a 1.2 meters by 800 size design if we're finished with it.
Oh, well, that'd be fabulous. So we're all going to do different different blocks?
Yeah. I'm going to set it up in such a way that we'll do like a landscape, if we take...
Yeah.
See if we can do
that would be wonderful.
Complete landscape. I missed something here now. I've got the wrong color again. Let me just go and pick up my cut. There we go. So yeah, that is one of the items on the list. And we are starting, Jackie is actually starting from next week onwards, a basic Ember training group. So if you've got friends that or people that you know of that just bought Ember and they would like to learn the basics of the program, because I find that some comments that I got back was that what we're doing here is a little bit more advanced, and there's people that would still like to learn the basics of the program.
What day will that be, Phil? Because I've got somebody who could be interested.
It'll be on Tuesdays, the same time what we are on now.
Okay.
It'll be on Tuesday.
I'll pass that info on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll pass that on. Thanks.
All right, I need to...
Are we allowed to join?
Monica. Yeah, I'm sure you're allowed to join, most probably. You'll speak to the boss and ask the boss if that's fine with her. But she said she wants to do the basic part there, and I said that's fine.
Philip?
Yeah.
You either seem to have the gray or the blue. If you clicked on that pink and then the eyedropper, would that turn blue? See the colors on the left bottom? Yeah. How do you get blue? There you go. Can you change it to that
Yeah, I should
eyedropper
be
with
able
the
to
blue
change that.
so you don't have to keep changing?
Let me just see if I can.
It's all a question of selecting color 1 and color 2, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, that's
On
left click and right click. It's your left click and your
Yeah.
right click, eh?
Yeah.
That's a trick there. Let's have a look and see if it's working. So if I right click now, the
Yeah.
color's
Yeah, I did.
exactly the right color.
No, but it gives us the idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna do-
okay. Oh, there you go.
Ah,
I thought maybe you
But
could do
now
it with
you've
your
lost the
eyedropper.
grey.
Yeah.
no,
There you go.
I've got them back now. Okay, what you doing?
No, you've lost your blue now, Phil.
Is it back now?
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What you do with your
Yes.
mouse, if you do the eyedropper, you basically click with your eyedropper, left click, it will select your left color, and right click will select your right color.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now I can go back to the pencil and just use right click or left click, and that should then solve that problem for me. Okay, and there's some grays at the bottom here still.
I found it so much easier when I was doing, I sent a link for the Vermilion site with some freebie fairies. And I actually did digitize one of those from a printout. And I found it was so much easier to use one color at a time and have a ruler on the printed out chart than clicking, remembering which finger to, which side to click on the button.
So you didn't scan the chart and put it in there. You just did it by hand.
Yeah, I scanned the chart in, I printed it out,
Okay.
and then scanned it in as a JPEG to bring in the
Okay.
image.
All right.
And then, in fact, they actually have got it digitized, but I thought, no, I'm going to make life difficult for myself. So I did actually digitize it. And once I've stitched it out, well, I've digitized it, I haven't stitched it out, but I will put it up on the site.
You must have a look on the anchor, and who's the other guys that does hand embroidery?
DMC.
DMC's website. They've got
DMC.
some very good
Yeah.
PDF files there. Now, for the problem with the PDF file normally is you can't really convert that into a JPEG file in most cases. But I'm using the graphic software, the Zara Extreme Pro software. And with Zara Extreme Pro, I can read a PDF file and then extract information from a PDF file and save it.
Well, another way around it, Phil, would be to print the PDF and then scan it in and save it as a JPEG, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but sometimes you find that then you have the idea that it pixelates, that you have that blur part from the scanner that comes with it.
Yeah.
Like
true.
this one does. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, we need to clean up something here nicely. Let me just go and see what's there. I want to show you the outlines. Yes, Caroline?
I have a stupid question because I must have blinked and missed it or something. When you first did the design and you decided to put the petty point crosses in, how did you select the size? Like, which one did you click on?
Okay, when I started off with the design, the first thing it asked me for is what is the size of my cross. That's on screen number 1. So by default, that would normally be 2 millimeters across. A cross will be 2 millimeters big. And then the next thing it will ask you is how many crosses, how many millimeters, when you pull your image in, it asks you how many millimeters do you want your design in. And at that point it comes, I ask it to give me the, it needs to fit in a 14 by 14 hoop, 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters hoop.
But Phil, this is where I get confused, is because they're talking about there's a maximum size of 400.
Yeah, 400 millimeters.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay, so we're talking we've got to fit in 2 millimeter. Yeah, okay, I think I've got it now.
Okay.
But that's the hoop size.
That's hoop size, yeah, and that's actually design size also, because on the cross stitch we cannot go bigger than working with 400 crosses, well, not 400 crosses, 400 millimeters by 400 millimeters. So it's less than half a meter height and width is the maximum size that we can
So
use.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, my brain doesn't necessarily work in centimeters, unfortunately.
You still work with inches.
Well, I try not to, but I do sometimes. I have to confess.
Yeah. Go
You-
back and forth sometimes.
You'll
Yeah.
definitely catch me. You know, it was in '62 that I stopped working in inches. And nowadays, if I need to work in inches, I need to rethink. It's a complete rethinking school for me. But that's the problem when you work with the quilting side as well, because the quilters also work in inches, and you need to recalculate all your things back to, you know, if they talk about a fat quarter, for argument's sake, a fat quarter is
Is a quarter of a meter. Or
not
not
really.
a yard, is it?
Not really. It's a quarter of a meter.
No, it's not.
Plus the fabric is folded in such a way that it's cut, so it's not really a square piece of material as well. And we always just quickly say, no, it's not so difficult. You just calculate it,
Right.
and you make a mistake that way, because you buy your half a meter fabrics, and then it's not enough sometimes to do your design with. Right, I just want to go one step back. Okay, there's some mistakes there. Let me just go and fix them up at the bottom. There we go. Just click on the design. Yeah, and you can actually see now that this design is not completely symmetric. There's still some bits that is not supposed to be there. All right, what I promised you last time, I want to show you how to use the outline or an outline next to it. So I'm going to use a black outline. Should I put that cross there, or should I? Okay, let's just do that up. So I'm going to go for a black outline. I'm going to add color black. And I've got my black now, which is on the left-hand side of my mouse. And I'm going to select the tool that you use to draw your lines with. And these lines you can draw anywhere, even through a cross. It's not going to replace the cross. Okay. Because sometimes if you do it the other way around, you might have the situation where
Oh, okay.
will actually, when you do the cross, it will take the cross out and put a little line in it. The first one on the top is our full cross. The other one is the half cross. So I'm going to click the one at the bottom. And just on the outside, I'm going to show you, if I click somewhere, it's going to give me, I need to zoom in a little bit more. And let me go one more so that you can actually see. Do you see where my mouse is? There's a little dot that's running around there. Little green dot on the corners of the line there. Okay. So to draw outline around the design, you're going to put your mouse on the cross, put your left click in, hold it in, and then start moving around the area. And I hold my mouse in all the time. If I let go, it will stop immediately. And that's where I made the mistake last time, because every time I want to see what it was doing, I let my mouse go, and it couldn't, and it stopped drawing the line for me.
But Phil, you could actually set it up on the right-hand side to do that automatically, couldn't you?
but you can't go and set it up on the right-hand side to draw a line
Once
through
you've got
something.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, so that you can't. You can just go around the color now. If I want to show you what I mean with through something, let's start off on this side, and I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, that's an undo that I must do there. Okay, no, redo that one. Thank you. Start off there, go around, and then I'm going to come down. And on this side here, I'm going to go in. So now I want to go in through the design.
Oh, And you can't do this automatically.
And
Is
that
what
you
you're
can't
saying?
do automatically, no.
I got it now.
So that's if you want to draw extra lines into a design, that will take that information.
Oh, yeah. That would be good.
Okay. Right, Q&A time. I'm going to save.
If you were to do that automatically, since hello,
I'm listening.
Phil. Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you do it automatically? I'm so dumb on cross stitch. It's unreal.
All right. It's not a problem. Okay, this one is Dutch, traditional Dutch. Let me just go one step back. Dutch 1.
Whose designs are these, Phil?
I've got a friend in Holland who not immigrated, left Holland for the States. She's going to go to the States now for 2 years. And she's one of my, how can I call it, in my mastermind group on my other business. She's one of my proteges there. And she asked me before she leaves Holland, is there anything that she can do for me? And I said, well, you know, I'll be very happy if you can get hold of some traditional Dutch artwork or something for me. And then last week I just received something in the post, opened the post up, and I thought, what's this, international? And when I got the envelope, I realized it's from her. And she actually got hold of a book with all the designs in, plus she got hold of the CD with the book, which is a book with a CD. So I've got enough
Fantastic.
Dutch work that I can play with now for the next year. So I'll upload 3 of them, 2 of them in blue and grey, and then 1 of them will have color with as well for you into the Yahoo group. But Carolyn, you asked the question
Oh, lovely.
about the outline.
How did you get to the outline?
How did I get there? Sorry, Betty?
Yeah. How did you start the outline? Yes.
How do I start these outlines?
Right.
I think. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Because Carolyn was asking how we would do it automatically as
Okay.
well.
I'm going to show you now the different ways of doing the two, and let's go and recap on the outline. The freehand outline, Betty, what you would do is you would actually go and select the color that you want to use. Where I went and select blue, the black at the top. Click on the black at the top. Then went down to the left-hand side where the icon screen is, and just below the star, it says back stitch draw, and then back stitch draw half. Now remember my crosses is actually half stitches. It's half a normal 2mm stitch. So therefore I've gone for the back stitch half, clicked on that, and then if I need to zoom in a little bit more, I can let go one more time. There we go.
The one to the left of that, to that stair step,
Yeah.
wouldn't it do the same thing?
Let's have a look and see. But I think that one will go any direction, eh?
That'll go halfway, yeah. The other one just goes around the outside.
See, this one can go any way.
Right. That's the bottom one.
That's the one on the left-hand side, the straight line. Okay? And the stairs one will allow me to go only in stairs. Okay, so the stairs one I will go around short little corners and all that. Although the one on the left-hand side, if you would do something like a butterfly, and you need to do the feelers on the top, and the legs and stuff, you'll most probably use the one on the left-hand side, or you can use the one on the right-hand side. But the left-hand side one will go through a block. So this one will actually go, this one goes right through the block. It doesn't care where it is. And that one will only go into the block, into the center of the block, and to the outside, into the center, and then walk around on the outside edges. So this one is a little bit different from that option. So that's doing it manually. Okay, let me just change my tools again because it doesn't want to work. If I've got the pen, it doesn't click. Right, Let me just go undo there. If I want to go and add an outline to the color, add outline to each color in each design. That's one part. Or if I go to my little color block and I right click on my color block there, it should come up with a screen, and the screen that comes up will allow me then to say, do I need to add an outline? Can I add an outline to it or not? Let me just see where it is. So swap, French not, insert, find catalog. Select background
Insert
color.
outline.
There we go. Select as background color. That is the background color, and that's not what. Select only backstitch lines and colors. That's all the select tools. No, that's not what I was looking for.
Down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the bottom.
Was it at the bottom?
Yeah, because you want to insert.
Yeah.
Insert outline. There we go. Insert outline in. Outline color. And outline color is by default black. Okay. And I'm
You can even insert cross stitch outline.
Caroline,
Wow.
you asked the question.
Yeah.
Must I undo it for you and
Wow.
do it again?
No.
Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So in other words, when I selected my color, and I selected that color, I wanted an outline in the normal default outline color, which is always black, or you can select it. Let's go back again. Select the outline color in this color. In other words, give me the outline, but in the same color as the crosses.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go undo.
Wow.
Undo again. So let's just go one back. Right click, and I just want to show you the difference there. In this color, which means it's the same color, and if I go smaller now, you'll see now that that outline is completely done there. And let's go and do an outline on the crosses, that is the gray crosses. Right click, in the same color or in the default color. And you'll now see
Oh, wow.
that it's actually picking up all those mistakes as well. So anywhere you have that awkward little corner or little thing where it touches, you need to make sure that you can get them out of the way. There was a question?
Phil, would you, to make that, if that was symmetrical, would you be able to do one half and then flip it, mirror it and things like that in cross stitch?
You should be able to. Let's just go and have a look under edit. Yes, we have a copy option, and we have a paste option, and we have a mirror option. So yes,
Okay.
the answer is yes, you should be able to do it. I think one of the more difficult ones the graphic that I'll send through to you will be like where you can actually use a quarter of a tile, and from the quarter of a tile create the four. That will basically give you a bigger block.
Mm.
All right, so that we've covered there. Right, I'm going to save this one now, so that I just want to go back, and Caroline, I had that question at the beginning, and she let you just go and show her again. Okay, that's done. So I'm going to go to File, New, and let's go through that step by step again on the cross side. Okay. It asked me for my work area size. Okay, and my work area size will then be cross. How many crosses? What is the size of my cross? And you can have a cross bigger than 2 as well. I can go for a cross that's 3 millimeters big as well. So, and I can go for a cross that's 2.5 or 1.5 millimeters big. So you can set your cross size in total. But if you set your cross size, you'll immediately see what it does. Setting it at 3 millimeters, it will basically give me 3.3 crosses per centimeter, and my work area will become 15 millimeters. And this is my hoop limitations that I'm talking about. except if you're going to go and split your design at a later stage, and I would rather not split. I would rather work in segments and then join the segments together than split the design. Okay, so that, but now I can go again and I say this, it says 50 crosses, 50 by 50 crosses. What happens if I change that to 45? It didn't change my cross size. My cross size is still at 3 millimeters, but I'm now doing 45 crosses by 45 crosses all over. And if you have something like a wall hanging, I've seen a beautiful one. I just need to get hold of the photos again that I've taken a photo of. It's like a little picture on the wall that they had with some wording in it. You can actually go and take your aspect ratio off. And remember, I know Betty's and Judy's machine is 140 by 250, I think, most probably. The Viking
150.
The other way around.
150 is the width.
150
By
is the width.
240. 240,
Okay.
yeah.
By 240. Okay, so if it's 150, we can go there for 50 for argument's sake. That's 150 in width. And then in height, you say 240. That's too much. Okay, so I can do a design which is 50 crosses, 50 crosses across, and 80 crosses down.
Which means each cross is rectangular instead of square?
No, the cross itself, if you look at the crosses itself, the width and the height of the crosses is each one of them is 3, 3.
Okay.
Exactly square. But there'll be 50 crosses from left to right and 80 crosses from top to bottom.
Okay.
So basically what you're saying, Phil, is that as long as you've got a hoop size that will fit, you can put, you're not limited by your hoop size.
No. You can
Right,
basically
okay,
set
'cause I
your
think
design
that's-
up to fit into that size. Well, if you've got a square,
Right, okay.
If you've-
As long as you've got a...
yeah, if you've got a square design, for argument's sake, you can't fit the square design in a rectangular area.
No, sure.
But if you've got a rectangular design, for argument's sake, you should be able to pick that up and bring that in.
Okay.
Maximum
Thank you
400.
for clearing that up.
Okay. And you can go and pick your hoop size at the bottom as well. The hoop size is here. I can go and select the hoop size. But I just wanted to show you that you can actually calculate it and say 150 by 240. If your hoop is a little bit smaller, like the Genome people, I think they've got a 140 by 200 for argument's sake. I think that's their hoop size.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
right.
you'll just reduce that 150 and the 80 so that it fits into that. And again, now I can go back and say, right, if I reduce my crosses to 2 by 2, it'll immediately bring my sizes down. Do you see I've changed the crosses 2 by 2, so that gives me 5 crosses per centimeter. So the 50 centimeters that I've got there, I can actually now push my crosses up to about 75 across, and most probably that will go, and that will probably be about 155. No, that's too much. 140. That's going to be too much. 120. Yep.
Exactly.
So now I can go 75 crosses across and 120 crosses down, and that will then become my design area. And you'll see now that it's a little bit too big. But you can actually see it's the rectangular area is up there. Right.
Judy, can I just ask a question? How would this fit in with a 3-position multi-hoop?
Depending on what
Well, cross stitches are easy to split because you don't have colors going from one area to another, and you would just save the lower portion in the middle and the top, or the
Okay.
just 2 of them, and the hoop itself moves, so you don't take it out of the machine.
Right, but somebody was saying who has a Viking. Somebody was saying last week. I don't know who. Can't remember who it was. Was saying that if you just it'll tell you to move. You don't actually have to digitize for the three position hoop.
No, it will split it in invert. That auto split.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Diane, on the new Benina machines, the new 200 Benina and the 730, they've got they've got two hoops, and those two hoops that they've got is actually called not the continuous hoop, it's the multi-hoop auto split. I think that's what they call it. So when you call the design up in the Benina and their Benina software, and you then save it for that mega hoop, the mega hoop auto split or something like that, by default it sends a small little thing through with the file to the machine, and that will ask you to put your design into position number A, and then it'll do position number A, it'll stop, and then do position number B, which we are now doing normally with our design. When we finish with it, we'll call the mega hoop up, and the cross stitch really splits easy because you split straight through on that line, and the one part will be in the top section, and the one part will be in the bottom section, or A, B, and C section.
Right. Thank you.
Right. Well, ladies, that's what I wanted to show you. If there's anything else that you need, please give me some information. Ask me some questions. We've still got a few minutes going. Caroline, from yours, let's run through the list from the top to bottom. Caroline, anything from your side that you still need on cross stitch?
No, but I think what I really need to do is when you give us one of those designs, I need to really get in there and play, because I think then I'll have more questions.
Okay, that's
I've been kind of avoiding cross stitch because I'm a little scared of it, I think.
okay. I avoided until a few of my customers in South Africa went and bought it, and then I had to do the training. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Don't worry about that. Diana, from your side?
No, at the moment I'm quite happy. I think I'll stay with my method of doing one colour at a time, rather than I get very mixed up with my lefts and my rights. But no, I haven't got a question at the moment.
Okay. Gwen?
What I need most, Philip, is the program. I did not get the cross-stitch program.
Okay.
That'll make it a little hard.
Yeah, it is, but I still want to know how to do it.
Okay, when you have it on your package, the only thing that you can't do with it is save. That's the only problem, and that's it is there. So even although you haven't purchased the serial numbers for it, it is there. You can really go and sit and play with it, and then realize and figure out if you really want to spend the money or not.
Okay.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
No, it's there.
There's a 30-day limitation there, is there? On that?
There's no limitation. There's no limitation.
Right.
The only thing is that you cannot save the file and you cannot take it through to editor.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah?
No, this is Carolyn. I was going to tell you, I have to tell you, though, I've had pattern makers cross-stitch for years, and this is so much easier. Just you pointing out a few things than pattern maker ever was.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you for confirming that, Caroline. Because Carolyn, I was thinking about buying pattern maker because of the limitations I thought were in place. But that's answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah, I've had it for years, and it's confusing.
Can you do a curved line
In cross.
besides a straight line?
Well, why would you want to do
Or
a
do you
curved
have
line
to-
in cross
Well,
stitch?
I have a design I had to leave out part of it because it was like the shape of a flower, like a petal.
So you'd need to use
It was
half stitch.
it was a cross stitch program, but I couldn't make it do the curve.
You have to use half stitches and 3/4 stitches with that to
Betty,
get nice smooth edges.
thank you for
What
the
is that
challenge. I'll try and figure that out and give you an answer on the next class.
What
Another
is the
thing,
curve beside the eyedropper?
I just looked at that, but it doesn't work the way I thought it would. I thought it would give me a start and end point, and then a pushing or pulling part, but it's not there yet. So I'll get back to you on that one.
Another thing I'd like you to do is take the design into Studio
Mm-hmm.
and then add something to it.
Okay.
Gosh, that would be an easier way of adding sort of emphasis lines and things, wouldn't it?
Right.
Yes.
Let's go
But it's
there.
hard to, you don't have the graphic there then, to make it the same size that you want.
But you can
You
have
have
it.
the
You can have
design.
it on the side.
Okay, so I'm going to take my Dutch design that I've got here now, which is half a design. I'm going to take that over into editor. And then from
Into editor or studio?
Editor or studio?
no, first to editor, because you can't go directly from cross stitch into studio. The problem is from cross stitch you are in
Right.
EFC format, and you're not in any other format.
ECF.
Yeah, ECF format.
Okay.
So I'm taking my
Cross
design
stitch
through.
and not studio. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm in cross stitch, so I'm in an editor.
Okay.
So there's my design in editor, and now from there I'm going to go to edit, and then edit file in studio. Okay, now my zoom is giving me a problem, but let me zoom in. Okay, so there we go. I'm now in studio. I'm just waiting for your screen to show. Yeah, it's there. Okay, Betty, and you would like to add some full stitch to it, Betty?
Right, but I couldn't get my graphic, so I could match my graphic with what.
Why can't you
It
get...
just had a little.
No.
Can you bring
Well, I
up
couldn't make
the
it.
graphic
I
in
couldn't make
image?
the cross stitch and the graphic the same size.
Let's go and see. Let's go and see if we can do that. We should be able to. It is traditional Dutch designs. Low resolution. That was the... Which one was that? The first one. I think it was the first one. No, it's not the first one. It was the second one.
That's the one.
I'm going to bring that up. Oh my. This mouse that I've got here, if I use my roller, it's driving me crazy. Okay, let's go and say edit, select all. That's the easiest way. Edit, select all, and then go and ask it to center it. Transform, center. I think that might be a bit close. I could perhaps go and shrink my design a little bit. This whole total area that I've got here. I'm not
Your
sure.
design or your image?
No, my image. I need to shrink my image a bit.
So you edit image window.
Yeah, I'm in
Would you
image.
then,
And
yeah,
I
and
need
then
to,
would you go to edit image window?
that could help. Let's have a look and see if I can. Yeah, I can. I do have that little icon there in the middle where I can actually shrink it. Where I can actually shrink the design.
The image.
The image. I'm actually shrinking the image design now. Okay, let's go and apply that. No, it still needs to go. But yes, you can. So it is possible to shrink your image, not your actual design.
Okay.
In your image tool.
Okay.
And the other part now is I can now go back and say I would like to add. Okay, let me go to image. I want to not show it. I don't want to see it. Deselect. I'm just going to go and use a normal full stitch and add a full stitch to the area here. So I'm going to go and add a full stitch into my design. Okay, I'm just going to go crazy now because I don't want to keep you going too long. There we go. And then just go and say close edges. Change my stitch direction, change my type of fill that I want to use for it, and generate stitches.
But you've proved your point.
Yeah, the fact is you can do a combination of cross stitch and normal stitch in the same design.
Wow.
Is it possible to convert cross stitches to regular fill?
No, no, the two programs were completely different. So as far as
No.
I know, it's not possible to change the one into the other or change them backwards and forwards. I think the concept and the way that it's handling them on the machine might be a problem.
Right. Phil, as you've got Doosan's ear, I was playing around. I'm trying to edit those stipple embird stipple motif fills, and I find you don't have a curve, a curved facility. Is it possible that Doosan might add that in the next version that's coming out shortly? Please?
I know there's nothing major coming out in 2009 except glitches and small fixes that they're doing. But they are busy working on the 2009 edition, which will come out in 2010. And if there's anything that you would like to have, by all means, you can send me those things through, and I will send that through to them, because we have what we normally call a wish list that we send through to him. If there's anything that we pick
can you
up...
add that? Can you add that to the wish list, please?
I can add that to the wish list, and I'll send it.
In the user editors menu, the facility to use curve, instruct it to curve rather than have to add in a node, because the nodes are limited.
Yeah,
99.
the other item that we've also sent through to him at this point is the request for what would I call it? Using applique, doing applique, and adding background to the applique. In other words, we can do applique at this point, but we can't add fabric to the background.
Right, just so you can sort of see what it looks like, you mean?
Sorry, I've just had to ask.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you were saying. We haven't got the facility of adding the fabric background. You're saying the fabric that we're adding the applique to.
In other words, if you have nice fabric that you would like to do in an applique, at this point you need to close your eyes and see what the final product would look like when you do the applique. Now, some of the other software programs, some of the other programs have got the facility to add that fabric image in behind the applique, so that you can actually see what the whole design looks like.
That would be good.
Okay, so that's also on the wish list already. Right, ladies, I think that's the end of the class. If there's no other questions, we will get together. The next class will then be on stigmata, and that will be next week, Wednesday.
I have a question.
Okay, thank you, Phil.
Okay, madam, go ahead, ask the question.
Yes, our new member, Verna Rawling, did she get the Yahoo website?
Information. Okay, I'll send that through to Verna. I see Verna's online with us in the class, but I can't pick up a microphone. But that's fine.
Okay.
What I will do is I will go and put the Yahoo website for us on the Embed online website.
Okay. I just want to be sure she got it.
Right, and then on the Embed online website, I've also put all the meetings, all the webinars that we've got. The links for them are also there. There's a new little link there, and there's also a time zone calculator that I've added lately, so that we can find the time zones out. And
Phil?
Yeah.
One question about that. I noticed that for the actual lessons we register once, but for the masterminds we've got to register each time. It doesn't say use this for each time you know. Can we use the same link
Diana,
for the next mastermind?
I'll have to go and check. I think the reason for that is most probably, and I must thank you for telling me that I need to go and check that. I think the reason for that is because all the other meetings are scheduled on a monthly basis, so it's the same group.
Right.
But I think the mastermind groups is every second month on a specific day.
But then so's the cross stitch one.
Yes.
Yeah, but the cross stitch one I've actually scheduled, so I'll go and change the mastermind one that we've got one log on for it, and they will basically be logged in for all the classes there.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
So that will be the thing there. Gwen, your friend, if you speak to her at some stage, just ask her if she's received the email from Jackie.
I will do that.
Okay. Karen, are you happy?
Okay.
Right.
Yes, I am very happy. I think I'll stop being so scared of cross stitch.
No problem. Monica,
Okay, bye-bye.
Sleep out and bite.
100%. Monica, so we'll see you in the basic class next week, eh?
Absolutely.
Do go well, and Verena, go well. If there's no questions from you, please give me a shout.
No, none from me, Phil.
100%. Betty?
Well, just make sure we can be in the basics too, so we can learn.
Hello, you have to put up with me again.
We can become a software
Hi,
job.
Oh, we
Jackie.
can stand it.
Hello.
Okay. Candice,
Yes, sir.
was the break all right for you?
Oh, it was wonderful.
I'm glad. Okay. Judy, go well. If there's no
Thank
questions,
you.
then I'll sign off, and I will have the class ready tomorrow morning. It might be up tonight, but let's say tomorrow morning. Last question. How was the audio tonight?
Much, much,
Fine.
much
Very
better.
good. Very well.
Great stuff. Okay, then
Good.
I've got the answer, and I can go there, sort that out. Ladies, a lovely day to you, and I'll speak to you next week, Wednesday.
Thank you,
Look forward
Phil.
to it.
Thanks a lot,
Good
Phil.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Dan.
you.
Bye.